Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and let's go ahead and take a look at our final report breakdown and how you are going to go about responding to Dr. Gonzalez's need to figure out not only obviously what's going on in space with our space pod and station, but also giving them the information they need to decide how they're going to go about rescuing or possibly not rescuing that space pod now that we have a complete understanding of everything that's going on. So, as always, when we get done with this, make sure you put your X in whatever box you feel you best fall under. Check in with me if you need. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get into it. With today's final report, it is going to be a writing assignment where you are going to be answering two questions. And those two questions are as follows. Part one, what happened to the pod during those seconds when communication was lost? Big question here, folks. Big question. Okay. Big in the sense that there is a lot that you're going to need to pull in order to answer this question. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the end all be all final report. You need to be complete in your thinking, detailed in your explanation, and you need to make sure that you kind of show off your scientific knowledge and understanding for not only part one, but also part two. So just a heads up, if you're answering these questions with 2-3 sentences sort of thing, you're really undermining all of the work that you've put into understanding our space pod, the science behind it, and all of the different ideas of collisions and force and velocity and such. So make sure you're taking the time to be detailed as if this was a true report that was truly and honestly going to Dr. Gonzalez and our ground team. So that will be the first question we're looking to answer. So you're going to kind of explain what's going on in those missing seconds. And then the second question is, after the collision, how does the pod's motion compare to the space station's motion? So again, notice we're pulling in everything we've done up to this point. We're pulling in the two reasoning tools we've done. We're pulling in that modeling tool, and now you're having a conversation about everything that's going on. So not only are we pulling in the science, not only are we pulling in the evidence, but we're also pulling in all of those details we know, all of the evidence and information we got from all of those emails from Dr. Gonzalez, everything that we have experienced in our experiments and in our simulators. This is the culminating final report. Now, with the reports, and with both of these questions, you're going to have a phrase bank and a word bank. We've seen this before. We've used these in our previous units, but we have a bunch of vocab words that we should be pulling into both questions and a bunch of cause and effect phrases that we should be using as well. The goal, as always, is to pull as many of these in to answer both questions. We really should hopefully pull all of these in for not only the first question, but also the second question. The cause and effect phrases, we're probably going to use a couple for each question so that we can help show that cause and effect relationship. Now, when you get to the Amplified page itself, you'll see these at the very top of the page. There's your word bank, there's your cause and effect word phrases, and then you'll have your questions. If you need to expand so you can kind of see the question and have a larger area to write and kind of see your full writing in its final form, obviously, you can click that expand button for either question, but when you're done, you'll click the hand in button. So at this point, you should go back and complete that survey that we have on the page and call me if you have questions. Otherwise, this is your time to show off. What have you learned, scientists? Good luck.